Ready. One, two, three. Start. During the colonial rule, the printing press and newspapers grew, and the first Indian, rather Asian, a weekly newspaper, Hickey's Bengal Gazette, edited by James Augustus Hickey, came out on 29 January 1780 after East India Company had occupied large parts of India in 1757 after the defeat of Nawab Siraj-ud-Dowlah in War of Plassey. Warren Hastings, the first Governor General of India appointed by the Company in 1773, crushed the Gazette within 2 years, thereby ceasing its publication from 30 March 1782. Various laws were brought by the Company to suppress the Indian press and writings against British rule. Lord Wellesley, the Governor General, enacted the first Censorship of Press Act in 1799, Regulation 3 of 1818, under which Lala Lajpat Rai was sent to Mandalay jail in Burma, and then a series of oppressive laws like Licensing Regulations Act 1823, Press Act of 1835, or Charles Metcalfe Act, Licensing Act 1857, etc., were enacted during East India Company rule. Payam-e-Azadi, Message of Freedom, an Urdu paper under the editor Mirza Bedar Bakht, supported the first war of Indian independence in 1857. It is believed that he was publicly hanged, and the readers of this paper from whose houses its issues were found were also punished by the Company. Many papers in various Indian languages were banned or penalized during the 1857 war. Post 1858, the Sedition Act 124A was enacted and used to suppress the ideas of freedom fighters like Bal Gangadhar Tilak, who was sentenced to 6 years of imprisonment, and his paper Kesari was subjected to prosecution. In 1898, the scope of 124A was widened by inserting Clause 153A for causing disaffection among classes. Later, 295A was also made part of that law. These laws, enacted by the British colonial regime to suppress freedom struggle, incidentally continued in all three countries, India, Pakistan and Bangladesh, even though British government scrapped in law in its own country. In 1898, the Official Secrets Act and later Indian Post Office Act and Indian Customs Act all controlled the books and publications. Finally, the Indian Press Act of 1910 became the Master Act, which was amended from time to time through provisions of these various acts in states and at the central level, books and other publications were banned and publishers were heavily fined and jailed. Gerald N. Barrier, in his 1974 published research, banned controversial literature and political control in British India 1907 to 1947, has given many details about these banned publications. Later, Gurudev Singh Sidhu, in his research on banned literature on Bhagat Singh and a few Hindi scholars like Santosh Bhadoria and Rustam Roy had done some more research in this area. Perhaps other scholars in various Indian languages have contributed to this area. Gurdev Singh has listed 66 publications in Indian languages and 3 English publications which were banned. National Archives of India (NAI), New Delhi, and British Library London are the two biggest repositories of banned Indian literature, as British colonial rulers used to send a copy of each banned publication to London, where these publications are preserved. As per Barrier, consolidated listings at the National Archives of India, New Delhi, have more than 1,000 banned publications in 9 Indian languages, including English, while British Museum has over 1,500, and India Office Library, London, had 19 of the same. India Office Library and British Museum records are now merged in the British Library. NAI itself has published a few selected banned works of literature in some volumes. Looking at the titles of banned publications in various languages, the keywords which emerge to identify the subject of these banned publications are Gandhi, Bhagat Singh, Azadi, Inkilab, Deshbhakti, Geet, Tarane, Khuni, Fansi, Desh, Watan, Julm, Jalim, etc. Some other sources of these records are in Pakistan's Punjab State Archives at Lahore, repositories in Cambridge University, UK, South Asia Research Centre in Chicago University, Ghadar Party Archives in Berkeley University, California, New York Public Library, Canada, and National Archives of Singapore, along with many countries where Ghadar Party literature was sent. Out of these banned publications, the Publications Division of India, New Delhi, that publishes this journal Yojana as well, published selected poetry first in 1987 and then in 1998. In 2021, on the occasion of celebrating 75th anniversary of Indian freedom, these two publications have been reprinted and revised, added with artistic sketches with each poem or song. One of these publications' title is आज़ादी की लड़ाई के जबशुदा तराने and the other title is जबशुदा गीत आज़ादी और एकता के तराने. Stop.